alpacas right there. They're doing pretty good today. And then we have all of our sheep. They just kind of go wherever they want to. Do we see Rupert right there? And Winston, he checks on all of the animals. We've got a brand new corral that Ben and I worked on building earlier this week. We're going to give it a shot by using it today. This is going to allow us to sort the calves and wean them off their moms. They are about 8 months old right now. So Highlands and cows in general will eat. I think this little gal is really close. Holy moly, Ben. Look at her. We're checking the back end of her.
Yeah, what about her?
Holy cow.
Udders, have they dropped?
Winston. Oh my gosh, I love her. That's our noisy one. That's our Chewbacca. I haven't heard her be loud since Idaho. Yeah, she's super big. They're all gonna come into this section right here. This is like the feeding area. And in this corral, we have this feeding area. This allows them to just be encouraged to be in here when we put all the hay in here, and they come really easily when there's food involved. And you can kind of see there's another gate right there. We're gonna put, once all of them are inside this section, we're gonna put the calves in that area, and then we'll put all of the other mamas out into the regular pasture field. And the little calves will stay in this area for a couple of weeks, just so then that way the moms are going to have time to dry up and they won't be producing milk anymore. And that just kicks the baby off of eating off their mom, because they're fully capable of eating hay. But a lot of times if the mom is still feeding their calf, like Duncan, see how he's eating hay. He's totally good. He's old enough to be on his own. And if she doesn't kick him off naturally, we're going to kick him off for her. So then that way she cycles back in to heat, and she would be able to be bred again for another year to have another baby. Is not really the easiest task. And it can be very stressful when you're like, go over here, the cow's going here, and you're trying to communicate with the person you're working with. So Ben and I usually like to say, I'm so sorry for what I said when we were working with cows. The thing that we were learning was, I want to say it was Greg Judy. He is this YouTube person that we like to watch, and he taught us that you can use a string, like a rope, because these cows use this hot fence and they already abide by it. So what we have started to do is Ben's on one side, I'm on the other, and we have a rope or a string in between us, and we go behind the cow and we just guide them in, so they view it as being like a new fence line for them. So that has been extremely helpful. So hopefully we'll be able to show you a little bit of that today when we are moving cows, if we can get that into the shot. We're gonna just have this tripod set up because it's just gonna be Ben and I. So I'm gonna set this right over in this little area, and hopefully you'll be able to see the cows kind of move in. So it's really nice. These panel gates are just snapped together with like little gears, and we can just open, close, make something smaller as needed. So Ben just opened up little sections that is not really a gate, but it's what we're gonna use it, so then that way he can drive in, unload the bale. Winston gets so close to the tractor. Winston, you gotta be careful, dude. He doesn't care. And then we can just close it up when the cows are actually here. So I've actually opened up the gate, but they don't even notice it yet. They're still over there. So I'm gonna call them in, and we'll get this party started. Winston, what do you think of this area? Do you like it? Do you think the cows are gonna do fine? Are you gonna be helpful or not helpful? Not helpful? You're just gonna run away? Winston? Excuse me? Okay, you go monitor him. Yeah, you go do that. That sounds like a great plan, sir. Oh, a storm is rolling in. I can feel it. It is, I hear some thunder already. The clouds are coming. Okay. So, each of the bales, we are using round bales here in Oklahoma. In Idaho, we used square or rectangle bales. And they all have bale twine on the circle bales. And so this keeps it all into the shape. And with your square bales, it would just have like 2 to 4 bale twine around it to keep it compacted. But this time, so Ben is just gonna cut it and we remove the bale twine, and then the cows will just go through and pick it out what they need to eat. Did you get that out, Ben?
About 2.
Okay. So I will show you this little section. This was an old corral. You can see part of the old fence in this area right there. It was now a mangled mess over here. That's what they just tore out because we've got it leveled now. We are building a petting zoo that is going to be adjacent to the barn and then straight across from this corral. This is going to be so exciting because this is where we're going to be able to have people come and check out our farm. And so kind of picture this, it's going to be kind of like a canopy. And so you'll walk through the center of this like canopy like thing. And then on the left side, there will be some stalls. On the right side, there will be some stalls. And all of it will be covered for the animals and for the people because Oklahoma is hot here in the summertime. This back area is really, really rocky. And Ben and I were like, oh, it's gonna take forever to clear all those rocks and the trees. So we came up with a better idea. We're gonna use that back area as a playground for kids and kids. Kids, because we are going to have goats, and goats are called kids. And then we'll have children kids to be able to go into this area when they come and check out the animals, and they can use that as a really cool playground. So we're going to utilize that. We're going to build tree houses and little forts, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be super fun. Okay, so here we go. Well, that was lame. We got all of these in here, and we even used the little rope method, and it didn't even record. Dang! You, Daenerys, you were the hardest. But dang it! I felt like I was like really good. Okay, good job, Ben.
Let's get these guys some food.
Okay, so now we fed these guys. They'll stay in here. They've got plenty of room to roam. They'll be only in here for a little while. Look at Macho. He's all, this is a great itching spot. And now we're gonna go feed the rest of the mamas. Look at how little Miss Odessa is. So we try to keep the moms be able to still see their baby, see through the fence. See, so we've got Daenerys, and this is her baby. So she's staying close which is what we want. We just want her to dry up, so then that way this little guy eats on his own and not always off of his mama. And these little guys don't even care. They're just like, let's just keep eating. I get a whole bale to myself. This never happens. Usually the mamas always take it from me because I'm just a little guy. This is Montgomery. He was our last calf born, but yet he's the biggest because he's a half. This is Oakley. No. Yes, Oakley. And so he's half, but yet he's the biggest. And he is from a Black Angus mom, but a Highland bull. This is our firstborn. Hi, Duncan. And Duncan was our firstborn. And just look at the size difference. Just so much different. I wish you could really get the grasp of what it looks like. He is about the size of like a Great Dane. And that one is another half. He was our second calf born this last year. And this is our littlest. She's our first. This is our one that we thought that was going, this is our first girl calf here. We thought that she was a boy because she had a belly button hernia, but it healed up nicely and she is doing so good. But she's a little thing. She's real little, but she's got some fun bangs going on in front of her. This is, man, this is Emmett. This one was born the day that we were moving to Oklahoma, so we named him after our city that we were moving from. And I love the round of his mouth. It's real white, so he's a lot different than a lot of the other yellow calves that we've got. Hi, buddy. And his tail is pretty white. You can see there, he's pretty white compared to these other three little goober heads. We did it. We are successful. We have weaned the calves. So all of the little babies are in this section and their mamas are out in the pasture, but they're still close by, so they'll still be able to see their calf, and it will make that transition a little bit easier. So just having them in their own little pen for a little while allows their mamas to dry up, and I'm just glad that we did it all successfully. Our corral works, obviously, because they're still in here. So, but we just wanted to make sure we gave it a try, so then that way we kind of know what we're going to be doing from here on out. Because this is our first group of calves that we had here on our ranch, and so we're pretty new to having our own Highlands.